Welcome to Everyday Reviews. Boy, we have a super special video for you today. We're on a lunch break right now in beautiful New Brunswick at Aussie's Lunch. They say they have the best seafood in North America. I think we'll be the judge of that. But talk about judging. Let's judge these two beauties we have behind us. Two brand new Ford Broncos. We have the Everglades right here. You can see there's some different accessories on there. There's a winch, there's a snorkel. That's gonna be really fun to drive. And we have this orange beast here. That is the new Ford Bronco Raptor. Yeah, it's big, it's bad, and it is beautiful. We're gonna take it off-road, on-road for both of them. Join us, all Bronco this week. Coming up after this. Our Bronco adventure includes all different Bronco models, from the Badlands to the Wild Track, 2- or 4-door, along with our featured Everglades and Raptor. First up is the new Bronco Everglades, but before we duck into the trail, it's time to air down the tires for a little better traction and ride comfort. The new Everglades, truthfully, is almost the perfect Bronco to handle pretty well any of your day-to-day on or off-road duties. It comes with the already capable Sasquatch package. It's only available in a 4-door, so it's ideal for families or if you want to carry more people, and only available with the 2.7-liter EcoBoost engine with the automatic transmission. On the inside, it features a washout flooring with a drain and marine-grade seats, meaning that even if you get all muddy, there's no problem cleaning it out, even with a light hosing down. The removable hardtop is standard, however, it does not come with a roof liner since it has the washout flooring, but it is available as an option if you choose. The Everglades also gets the upgraded larger screen. The Everglades rides on big 35-inch tires, off-road suspension, all the skid plates and under armor to protect it, and it's also equipped with the first factory-installed snorkel intake system from Ford. This snorkel has a unique intake blocking plate which can be reversed. If you're in really dusty conditions, for instance, you can reverse the intake to the back side, block out the front, so you're not introducing a lot of debris or dust into the system. Even though this is a snorkel, this does not make the Everglades amphibious. However, with the addition of raised vents for the front and rear axles, the transfer case and transmission, the Everglades has an exceptional water fording capability of 36.4 inches. This is serious, and we tested it several times. I gotta say, it was very fun testing it, and sometimes I was just expecting water to come into the cabin, which never happened, thanks to good seals, I guess. Standard is also the side Everglades graphic, which is rumored to actually be a gauge of the height of water you can travel in. I didn't have a tape measure with me, so I cannot confirm if this is accurate, but it would still be a good gauge if you have a tape measure and you can just make your own little mark there. Another great add-on to the Everglades, a factory-installed 10,000-pound Xeon 10S Warren winch, which is always a great addition to any off-road machine, whether to pull yourself out or someone else that's in a jam. The Everglades is more than just an all-arounder, and I can't see many people needing more than this Everglades for even the most extreme conditions. On-road performance is remarkably good considering its off-road prowess, and there's little to no compromise in ride comfort other than the exterior noise that can creep in, and it's more noticeable with the lack of the headliner. Next up, the bad boy of the family, the Raptor. Since there are so many things going on with this off-roading flagship, I enlisted the help of our friend Jeff from Ford to walk us through some of the many features.
It's really inspired by the Ultra 4 racing series, and the desire here was to make the most capable Bronco available. And capable, when you're talking about the Ultra 4 series, is really in two areas, and that is high speed desert running and also rock crawling. But we also have another third component that was very important when we were designing the Raptor, and that was we didn't want to compromise vehicle drivability on normal conditions as well, right? We wanted to make this vehicle a very good vehicle and dependable and exciting vehicle. And so all of that was very important in the design of the Bronco Raptor. Together with Ford Performance, there's a lot of design changes, and it starts under the hood. Right? We start with a 3-liter EcoBoost twin turbo, provides 418 horsepower, 440 pounds-feet of torque. And then if we walk around the front here, we can see that it starts with the front modular bumper, tow hooks. Walk to the side, you can see that we have some ultra-wide fenders here. And those fenders also are lined underneath to help prevent any excessive mud and sand and water from really coming up even more aggressively. Comes with standard rock rails and step bar that's fully removable, so that when you're going out in the rock climbing, you've got that capability and without any hesitation. 37-inch standard tires, right? Goodyear KO2 all-terrain tires standard on this vehicle. These are the biggest domestic productive tires available, even bigger than our Sasquatch that is at a 35-inch. So that's another key feature that really raises this vehicle to over 13 inches off the ground, which is quite impressive, which is almost 5 inches higher than a base Bronco and about just short of a couple inches higher than a Bronco equipped with the Sasquatch package. And then if you look at the wheel stance, the front wheel stance, it is 8.2 inches wider than a base Bronco, and the rear is 8.6 inches wider. And that really gives it more stability for that high-speed desert running functionality, because you want that stability. And then we have infused stronger differentials in the front and rear, and that's to help handle these big 37-inch tires. We've beefed up the drive shafts, and that again to be able to absorb all that torque, right? We also have a heavier duty electric steering gear and housing, uniquely calibrated and with larger inner and outer tie rods. So these are all a function of what is required when we set out to design this being the most capable Bronco produced. Finally, we've appointed a lot of different unique interior features. So it comes with a 12-inch instrument cluster and unique views to performance views that allows you to look at your tack and other features, and you can customize that as you see fit. So that is a great feature that's pretty neat. When you look at it, it's a very select view for the driver, because when they're in there, they want to feel like I'm not just gonna be in the race, I'm gonna win this thing from the start, right? Steering wheel, nicely extra comfort Ford Performance design, so it's nice beefy steering wheel. So a lot of nice appointments, and the seating also designed by Ford Performance to give you extra bolstering, because when you're at those high speeds, you want to be nice and firmly planted. So you definitely get that with these seats as well. Ultimately, we have touched everything, and the frame as well, right? So you've got a beefed up, more secure frame, and we also have extra towing capacity, 1,000 pounds more of towing because of that beefed up frame. We get to that point because this has a true dual exhaust with active valve exhaust, so you have 4 different modes. You've got quiet, because it can be a little loud. You got normal, you got sport, and Baja, I believe. So, another unique feature to the Bronco Raptor that is not available in the other Broncos.
All right, some more about the new Bronco Raptor. We're inside right now. We got Mr. Doug is in the driver's seat. We're gonna swap out all day for the next couple days. And everyone remember Jeff back there? So the interior of the Bronco gets a revamp as well. Well, not the Bronco Raptor, I should say. So a few different things compared to that Everglades is you have carpet on the floor. You don't have that washed-out interior. You have actual headliner material. Remember, on that Everglades, it doesn't have that headliner. It is an option, though. Even though you do have the removable hardtop, we talked about how this thing has extra support all around. Well, there's an extra bar here, so it's a little bit better for safety. Also, it gives it more rigidity. Screen-wise, we get the big, huge 12-inch screen in the middle, and we get an updated 12.3 inch. Is that 12.3 inch?
12 inch.
12-inch screen for the instrument cluster. The active exhaust on here is great. You can configure it how you want. When you go into sport mode, Baja mode, it's going to switch out exhaust. We have all the good things of the regular Bronco. So on the ones that we've tested, so you have the turn assist, we have the locking diffs, but we also have the sway bar disconnect, which we've tried it. We're on this trail right now, and yeah, the biggest difference though is how much wider this thing is. And you know what? Before I came on this program, I saw some pictures, some videos, and pictures and videos just don't do it justice. This thing is a real beast. It is really wide. So that's why there is some trails, you know, we took the Everglades on that we didn't take the Raptor on just because it's a little bit too wide. Like, what is it? Like 9 inches wider than the regular Bronco?
9.8.
9.8, almost 10 inches wider. Okay, there we go. So our trail guide is telling us there's a great area here to try out the sway bar disconnect, and we are going to try it. Oh, I just felt it. It's just
like that.
It's going to give us a lot more articulation, and hopefully we'll get to show you a shot of this in action. This is kind of like child's play for this vehicle, really. How'd it feel, Doug?
That was easy as walking.
I know. Maybe we should go 100K over that instead. I don't know. Maybe that's what.
Is that a dare?
That's a dare. That's a dare. Back in the Raptor here in the driver's seat, and there's a couple things that we didn't mention, and it's pretty amazing. First of all, in 2 days' time, we've been through all sorts of mud and ruts and rock climbing, but the tight quarters that we've been in, going through some of the brush, and after day one, I thought that these things would just be scratched like crazy down the sides of them. Seriously, are you guys surprised of how well this paint is held up?
Oh yeah, I thought it'd be way worse than it is.
Oh yeah, it's pretty amazing. So if you are gonna buy one of these Broncos and you want to take it out and have a little fun, yeah, it's gonna hold up really, really well. Another thing that I really like, and what's really unique about the Raptor, is the lighting system. First of all, you have the removable rigid fog lights, but it has a unique rear lighting system, and even on top of the spare tire, you have just specific to Raptor only third brake light. On the mirrors themselves, you actually have amber clearance lights, and you can see this Raptor coming from a mile away, not only from the lights, which really are distinctive, but just how wide this sucker is. I know I keep on saying it, but you just got to see this thing in person. When you see one in person, you're just gonna be blown away, like, wow, this thing really is the machine. This is my third time in the New Brunswick area. If you have never been to this province in Canada, do yourself a favor, come here. Probably come in the summertime. The weather is beautiful. One thing though, beware, there's a lot of bugs right now. Like, they're big, they like to bite, and they're hungry. They're really, really hungry. But otherwise, it is beautiful out here. And sure, of course, this is an extremely capable rock crawling machine with all the aids that you have and the clearance. But this thing is not just for slow trail crawling. This is made for high speed as well. Those really high speed runs, 100 miles an hour down the desert, that is what this is also made for. So the 3.1 inch Fox shocks on this Raptor are derived from the new F-150 Raptor. However, they've been redesigned for this Bronco here. And you know what? You'd think that adaptive suspension is great for high speed. Of course it is, but it works in conjunction with all the other systems for high speed and low speed. And it makes a huge, huge difference. It's a very, very sophisticated suspension system. Okay, here's a really good test. I know Doug did it already. We're in the very uneven, whoa. Okay, now we're mid, and we're gonna hit that stabilizer disconnect. And we just settled right down.
Feel the difference.
Probably should have had that on before we went over there. Hey guys?
I thought you did.
So there is a big difference to have that feature. One thing that's very handy on the Raptor is the multi-camera system that it has. It has a front camera. You could be going up a hill, not knowing what's on the other side. Especially when you're off-roading, it's really handy. You can use that front camera to look down. That's one thing, though, that the Everglades does not have, unfortunately, and that's because of the winch. So this is where we are going to try out Baja mode.
We are set up here. If you do want to try that out, it's up to you. Feel free to do so. There's a slight right turn coming up. Just on the track.
Okay, we are in
room behind it.
Baja mode. Orange Raptor, are we clear?
Raptor, you are clear.
Guys ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Woohoo! Little turn. Oh, that was just a tease, everybody. This thing was so stable. I want to go like about 5 times faster than that, though. And this thing is capable of it, guaranteed. Okay. All right, super capable off-road, on-road, just as impressive. Woohoo! Oh yeah, this Raptor screams. 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.6 seconds. That 418 horsepower is crisp, and listen to that active valve exhaust. Oh yeah. So I mentioned, seriously, there are no compromises with this vehicle, and there really are no competitors. You can think, what's a really capable off-road machine? Of course, Wrangler's gonna come up, or a Range Rover, maybe the G-Wagon. You know, unbelievable off-road. But do they do high-speed off-road? Do they have the creature comforts of what this has for on-road? Okay, we're gonna switch it off into, we're gonna go into not tow haul mode, to normal mode right now. It's very relaxed. The seats are supportive, but it's so luxurious in here. It's quiet. The ride is extremely smooth. I can hear Doug talk, and he's not a loud talker. See?
That's right, brother.
So, you know, it's like, I think, you know, this is all around probably the best off-road machine in production right now. Our Bronco excursion isn't just about rock crawling and huge water splashes. Check this out. Our adventure took us to Minister's Island in New Brunswick here, which we'll get there by driving on the seabed. This island is only accessible during low tide, and it's pretty wild driving across this temporary crossing. Just don't wait too long to head back, or else you're going to be stuck on one side or the other. Oh yeah, I don't think we're gonna give this back, Doug.
No, we're keeping it for the rest of the day. Do you think they'd notice it missing?
I don't think so. You can barely notice it, this orange. So what's it gonna cost you to get into either of the new Broncos that we featured, the Everglades and the Raptor? Well, the Everglades starts at $70,000. These are Canadian dollars, by the way, so make sure to check with your local Ford website how much it's in your area. And this Raptor will start at about $99,000, so it's under $100,000. Not inexpensive, but remember, you are getting the most capable off-road, all-around machine, and it just looks and sounds so tough. That's it for our review and look at the new Everglades and the Raptor. Thank you, Doug and Jeff in the back. Been a great time. Thank you, Ford, for having us. See you on the next review.